Welcome back to the Big and Little Crochet throw, and this is hexagon number 18 and it's called the bullseye, and the reason for that is because of the concentric rings that it's made up of. And we've got the lovely blush yarn, and we're mixing it with the white, and those are going to be the two colours of our rings for our bullseye. But we start off with the white yarn, and I'm going to make a magic circle. Now you don't have to do this, you can start off with a small chain, but I'm going to show you how to do it because it's a very useful thing to be able to do. So you start off by wrapping the yarn around your finger. I've got the short end towards me, and then wrap the other one over the top so it crosses over, so there's a cross on the top of my finger. Then I'm going to take the hook under that first loop and pull that through as if I was going to make a slip knot, which I suppose this is really. There we are. Now I can take my finger out and I've got a ring, and that's the ring that we're going to work into. And when we've finished making stitches into it, we can pull the short end and the ring will get smaller and disappear. And that's what's magic about it, is that you don't have then a hole in your work. So we're going to make a 1 chain there, and for our standing chain, and then 6 double crochet into the ring. So a double crochet or a single crochet in the US, and you don't have a yarn over it. It's just very simple. Pull the yarn through, yarn over and through 2. So we need 6 of those. I've lost count already because I'm yabbering away. So if you lose count, you go back to look at the edge and count these nice teardrop shapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've done our 6. And now we can pull the short end and make the ring smaller. And you see you can pull it quite firmly until that hole completely disappears, and then I'm going to join with a slip stitch into the first stitch that we did, which might be a bit tricky because it's because I pulled it so tight. There we are. So that is our first round, and it's a great trick, the magic circle, for hats and amigurumi, where you don't want a hole because of course the stuffing would come out, all your hair. So on the next round we're going to do another chain, and we're going to do 1 DC into that same stitch that we were in before. To double it. There we are. And now 2 DCs into each of these stitches here. So if we had 6 before, we'll have 12 on the next round. So 1 in there and then another one into that same stitch, into the next one, going under both bars for this pattern. That's important, otherwise you would get ridges. So keep doing that all the way around until you have 12 stitches altogether. So this is what it looks like at the end of that second round, and now we need to, I haven't finished my circle yet because we're going to join the next colour. So I'm going to go in as if I was going to do a slip stitch. Well, I am going to do a slip stitch, but I'm going into that first stitch, and then we get the blush and pull it through, and then we carry on the next round with that one. So we start off with a chain and then another double crochet into that same stitch, and I'm going to run the end round the back, and then we don't increase in the next stitch, but we do in the third. So on this round we're going to increase every other stitch. So it goes 1 double crochet and then 2 into the next stitch. So at the end of that round, we've got 18 stitches now, because we had 12 and we've added another 6, and we're going to change colour again. So as I go in to make my slip stitch in that last stitch, I'm going to just drop the blush yarn at the back and then pick up the white again and pull that through as my slip stitch. And then we head off again. So on this round, we decrease every 3rd stitch. So we start off with a chain and 1 DC into that same stitch. And then we're going to do 2 lots of single double crochet and then a double in the next stitch. So 1, 2, and then a double in there. So keep doing that with increasing every 3rd stitch. So we're going to do 1 chain here and then 1 DC in the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, 3. And then a double crochet in the place where the 2 double crochet was before, and then 1, 2, 3, and then again a double crochet where the double crochet was in the round below. So keep doing that all the way around. So on this 5th round, I've done the repeats, and when you get to the end, we need to do 1 more double in that stitch where the first chain was, so that there are 2 in that corner too. And then we're going to join onto that first chain that you did, but again picking up the white. It's quite firm, the fabric, so it's quite tricky to get your hook all the way through. And there we are. Now we're off with the white for the 6th round, and we start off again with that single chain, and then we're going to do 1 double crochet into the next 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then again 2 double crochet into the one that had the double crochet in the row below. And that way, if you're looking at visually, it doesn't matter if you have the wrong number of stitches, you'll always line up your doubles and you'll get the nice hexagon shape. So single doubles along the side, 4 of those, and then a double in the corner. And at the end of that round, I'm going to do another double into that last stitch where the chain was, so that that's a double 2. And then when I do my slip stitch, I'm going to change colour, so I'm going to slip into there and pull it through. So if you didn't do the slip stitch at the end of each round, you would have a spiral, so it would go round and round with a never ending line. But with this way you get the rings, concentric rings, so that the stripes stay true. So again, we're going to do 1 chain there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochets, or 5 rather, and then a double in that last one. So here I am on the last round, and you'll notice that the number of stitches down each side, including one of your corner stitches, is the same number as the number of the round that you're on. So on the 13th round you'll have 13 stitches down the side, and that's what you're aiming for. And then your hexagon should be the same size as your other hexagons. And then when I get to the end, I'm going to finish this in exactly the same way as all the others rounds. So we do an extra double in that last thing, but I'm not going to change colour. I'm just going to do a slip stitch there and fasten off both colours, leaving enough length to sew in later. And there we are. That's the bullseye hexagon number 18 done.